box office for this week, and yep, typically the 2 weeks before the big December movies, the Christmas movies come out, and of course, Thanksgiving is usually slow weeks. It has been historic, but this is probably some of the worst because there's been no big movies other than Black Panther: Wakanda Forever come out. But yeah, I have some good news for Violent Night and The Menu for people who love those two movies as well. So first is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. It will probably pass 800 million yen, but I think I don't think it's gonna pass 900 million at this point. There isn't enough international sales for this movie to pass 900 million. It won't pass 900 million like a lot of people were saying it would. The ratings are just not there. It drops too much to hit $500 million domestically. It did hit $400 million this weekend, but it is not going to hit the $500 million because of course you have next week. It's going to probably make it $5 to $6 million. Throughout Christmas, it's going to probably make the Christmas weekend. And it's going to probably make around $5 to $6 million again because it's Christmas weekend, and the New Year's weekend will make $2 to $3 million, and afterwards will make like $1 million, and then fall below that. So this movie will probably make around $420 to $430 million domestically, and probably make around a $12 to $15 more million internationally, which means it'll make $800 million worldwide. So yeah. Next is Violent Night. Yep, this movie needs to make $4 million more to break even. I think it will make $4 million more to break even. So Violent Night will make money at the end of the day. Which, yeah, this movie, I don't know if the critics like this movie or they hate this movie, but it doesn't matter. This movie is going to make money as well, which is a good for Universal. Good for them. Next is Strange World. Yeah, this movie is still a massive box office flop. They'll take it out of theaters already. As well. I think this movie will end up may not even pass 40 million at the end of the day because Puss in Boots is coming out in a couple of weeks, and that's a normal animated movie, unlike Strange World. People want normalcy in the movies. Okay, that's why Minions did so well. That's why the bad guys did so well. Okay, that's why Puss in Boots will make so much money. Okay, people want normalcy. And of course, stuff like DC Week of Super Pets kind of underperformed. But that was because Minions sucked up all the money from DC Week of Super Pets. If DC Week of Super Pets released in, September, I think it would have made way more money than it made because it had to deal with Minions. The box office juggernaut that movie was. But yeah, Strange World, another movie that is losing hundreds of millions of dollars for Disney as well. So next is The Menu. This movie is actually performing quite well internationally. It's also performing quite well domestically as well, ratings-wise. As well. So I think this movie might be able to make money. It needs to make 12 to 14 more million dollars to break even, around 12 million. If you round the number to the 58 million, and it needs to make around 12 million more dollars to break even, and to make $0. And I think it'll make around $1 to $2 million at the very end of its run if this movie continues performing ratings-wise. Because, of course, it's going to break around $1.5 million next weekend. And it's going to probably it's going to do well over Christmas, in the Christmas weekend, as well. So, I think this movie will end up around $35 million domestically, and around $40 million internationally, which means this movie will probably make around $75 million worldwide at the end of its run. So, The Menu has been doing pretty well, as well, which is which for Disney, that is pretty good, but again, Strange World is gonna lose all its money. So next is Devotion. Again, I don't know why there's no international sales for this movie, but yeah, this movie has made $13 million worldwide. It's a massive box office failure as well. No one is watching this movie as well. So yeah, Devotion is a massive box office failure. Black Adam, another movie. According to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, this movie has made money, but according to my models and my thing that I put out, the movie has lost $100 million at the box office because they spent so much money on this movie that, yeah, they spent $200 million in the movie. Unless The Rock, or say a movie costs like $150 million, the movie costs $150 million, the movie, of course, could make money at the end of the day, because a movie that costs $150 million, this movie would make around $40 million if it cost $150 million, but they spent $200 million on this movie. And let this be a lesson for Warner Bros. And not spend $200 million on a movie explode. And, expecting it, it did make a lot of money, but it wasn't enough to make money because they spent $200 million on this movie. So, yeah. Next is The Fabelmans. Again, this is another one of those limited release movies. It seems that nobody cares about this movie because they expanded it in the 900 theaters and like it actually had a small drop. But again, nobody really cares. This is a movie that they're preparing for Christmas. Like this is like the Oscar movies. They're preparing for the Golden Man. Okay, like nobody gives about the Golden Man anymore. The Oscars are a joke. And then I Heard the Bells, which is a Christmas movie. I have never heard this movie before, and it's not making the spot, by the way. So, and then spoiler alert, another movie that nobody cares about. It's another one of those movies that's trying to fight for the Golden Man. You know, all those really releases that they become wide, like no one. It's gonna make like a couple million as well. And then we have movies like Ticket to Paradise, Top Gun. They released Top Gun in theaters, dropped 34%. I think they're planning to keep Top Gun in the theaters throughout all of the holidays as well. We'll wait to see. But yep, that's basically this video here. Goodbye.